Nijmegen, an Erasmus Mundus NOHA scholarship, currently at the University of Groningen, Netherlands. She will be sharing a curated overview of fully funded and university-specific scholarships across Europe, along with practical guidance for students aspiring to study abroad. Over to you, Fatima.
Thank you so much. So first of all, I think I will try to share the screen. So am I audible between?
Yeah, you are.
Perfect, okay. Can you see the screen? I started sharing it.
Yeah.
Not yet? Okay, I will try it once again. I sent a request to share the screen. I think someone should accept it so I can do it.
Can you send in the request once again?
Okay, sure. I sent it, but it's not working, so I will try to join once again. I'm sorry for the delay. I hope now it's good.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. So let's begin. So first of all, hello all. I hope you all are doing well. First of all, I really wanted to thank each of you for joining this session on the scholarships to study in Europe. So, as you can see in the slide, the title is Dream, Discover, Achieve, which truly reflects my personal journey because after completing my higher education, like my higher secondary education, I started to set a big dream to pursue higher studies abroad as the other students used to do the same. But the main problem is that I had a lot of doubts and a lot of questions like which country, which university, how is the admission process, what are the documents required, etc. A lot of questions. But once I had the goal in my mind, and that's what you can see the dream, that was my dream, I started to research more upon the universities, its ranking, the best countries, how is the living cost, the tuition fees, things like that. And I started to make a database about the scholarships, the best countries, etc. And that's the time when I came across my dream course, which is the Erasmus Mundus Noha Joint Masters in International Humanitarian Action. So for me personally, it was such an amazing opportunity. The main reason is that as part of this program, we get an opportunity to study in 3 to 4 universities across Europe and also outside Europe. In my case, for my intensive program, which was a kind of foundational program, I got an opportunity to go to Germany into Ruhr Bochum University for 1 week, and later I done my first semester from University of Warsaw in Poland, and second semester that's what I'm doing right now. It's here in Groningen, which is University of Groningen, and I'm specializing in humanitarian analysis and intervention design. And then the third semester is much more work placement kind of thing. So it's quite very interesting course for me. So that's how I ended up choosing this program. But it was so hard to go through like the application process, the documents required, things like that. So as I told earlier, I started to research more upon these things. And finally, it took almost 2 years for me to work hard to get into this program as it is a very competitive program. So I know that there's a lot of students here who also have a dream to pursue your bachelor's, master's, or PhD from abroad. But the main problem is, of course, the financial challenges. That's the same thing which I also faced because it's very expensive if we are planning to study in European countries because the living expense is very, very high, especially me being here in Netherlands. I clearly know that how expensive is here to study. So yeah, it's so hard. So for that, the only solution is, of course, the scholarship opportunities. So today, throughout this session, I will be giving you an overview about some of the best scholarships to study in Europe. So, before that, as I told earlier, a bit about me. I'm from Sultan Bateri, Wayanad, and I completed my high school and higher secondary education from Wayanad itself, from St. Mary's School. And later, I also done my bachelor's degree from Central University of Kerala in BA International Relations. And then right now, I'm pursuing my Erasmus Mundus Noha Joint Masters in International Humanitarian Action from here in Groningen. Alongside, I'm also pursuing another master's in journalism and mass communication from Chandigarh University in Punjab. And I'm also working as a project coordinator as part of Kashmir Journal for Peace, Rights, and Development. So that's a bit about me. Okay, so today, these are some of the main topics that I will be discussing with you guys. So first one is the importance of the scholarship for studying abroad, and then some of the main types of scholarships, and then the common eligibility criteria. Then we have the required documents, and then why study in Europe, and then the top scholarships to study in Europe, the main attraction of this webinar. And then I will be providing you with some top online learning platforms to add into your CV. So here you can find best courses to make your CV the best one. And then also some of the United Nations online learning platforms, which I used, which really helped me to get into this program. And finally, I will be providing you with some references where you can get updates about the scholarships. Okay, so here we have the importance of scholarships. I don't think I really wanted to explain a lot about this area because it's so important, and the main important part is the financial support, because this most of the scholarships helps us to cover our tuition fees, living expenses, and also it is making our study abroad affordable. That's the first point. And then we have a global exposure. Of course, if we get an opportunity to study in European countries, it offers a chance to experience different cultures and perspectives. When I'm looking into my class itself, there is students from around 15 countries. So it's actually a great opportunity to interact with people from different countries, different culture. People speaks different language. It's quite interesting. And then also the next part is the career advancement, because if we get into Europe, it opens doors to better jobs and also a lot of opportunities. Because after me being a part of this Erasmus program, I got opportunities to attend various summer school programs, international summits, and things like that. So it's quite interesting. And of course, as I told before, we have a point, which is it promotes the diversity and collaboration. And then it's like a reward to the talents, right? Because most of the scholarship opportunities are based upon our academic excellence. So it's like getting a reward for what we are doing for a long time, right? So it gives us a motivation to do a lot more things in future. So that's what I felt. And next one is the access to top universities. So here in Europe, there's a lot of top prestigious universities, so you get an opportunity to study in such a best a study environment. And of course, this shapes the future leaders. Okay, so now I'm not going to explain a lot about this part, but I just want to make you aware about the types of scholarships. So we have different types of scholarships. One is the fully funded scholarship, which most of the people are looking into. Here, it covers all the tuition fees, living expense, your travel expense, then health insurance, air ticket cost, etc. Like most of the costs are covered under fully funded scholarships. Then we have partially funded scholarship. Here, in most cases, it covers a part of your tuition fees, and it may also provide a stipend towards your living expense. It may not cover the whole cost, as I told before. Then we have fee waiver opportunities. Here, it may not cover your living expense, but on the other hand, it may waive your tuition fees, or it may not waive your tuition fees, but it provides a particular amount towards your living expense. Then we also have government funded scholarships. So most of the scholarships which is offered in European Union is government funded scholarships, which are the fully funded scholarship most of the time. And then we also have university specific scholarships. So each universities will be having different categories of scholarships based upon your merit, need based scholarships, and you can just go through the website so you can find different scholarship opportunities. And there are also private or NGO funded scholarships. So throughout today's webinar, I will be mainly focusing upon the government funded scholarships and the university specific scholarships. Okay, so here we have some common eligibility criteria. So these are some of the main things that you should keep in mind while you're applying for a scholarship. So first of all, in most of the cases, most of the scholarships, the main criteria is your academic excellence. If you get a good score in your maybe a bachelor's or higher secondary, then of course the chances of winning a scholarship is more. And then there are some nationality courses or program specific criteria. So for example, if you're applying to France, the requirements may be different. And if you are applying to Spain, they have a different criteria, because, for example, in Spain, you may need to provide a language proficiency certificate in Spanish. So there are different country-specific criteria. So before applying for a scholarship, or even before applying for a program, you should go through the country-specific criteria. Then, as I told earlier, there are some kind of standardized tests for some courses like the TOEFL, IELTS, GRE, GMAT, etc. So maybe at some point you should get a particular point to get the scholarship. Then work experience. In my course, for example, as I was applying for the International Humanitarian Action, it was mandatory to have some work experience, at least some volunteering experience. So it depends upon the course that you're applying. So If you're applying to areas like developmental studies, humanitarian action, international relations, etc., I think you should have some work experience, maybe related with volunteering, research, etc. So please go through it. Next, for some scholarships, there are age limits. So please make sure you meet these things. Then some scholarships are also looking into your extracurricular activities. So if you're good at sports, there are some universities which is providing scholarships for people who are good at sports. Some are like providing scholarships for people who are good at arts. So there are different categories of scholarships. So yeah, that's also a good area. And then yeah, the letter of recommendation. So now, the most important documents that you should have while you're applying for a scholarship. Of course, you should provide your academic transcripts, which means your mark list. You should produce your mark list while you're applying for a scholarship. Then resume or CV. So most of the time when you're applying to Europe, you should provide a Europass format CV. So you can just search in Google and you can find a Europass format CV maker. It is free, so you can just log in and you can make your CV. So please make sure that your CV is in Europass format. Then the most important part is the statement of purpose. Yeah, this is the area which determines whether you're getting into a scholarship or not. So here you get an opportunity to express, like you can include your personal things, your academic related things, and everything that inspired you to pursue this particular program and why you really want a scholarship. So start with very powerful things like in my case, when I was writing my statement of purpose, in the first part I mainly focused upon my personal things, like what inspired me to pursue this particular program. So that's how I started. It's not like, okay, I am interested into this program because, it's not like that. You can be very creative while you're writing a statement of purpose. So it took a long time for me to draft a statement of purpose. So just write from your experience, so they can feel it. So it's one of the main area where you can include all your achievements, all your personal experience, all the courses you completed, and whatever things inspired you to get into this particular program. And next is the proof of English proficiency. So for most of the European universities, we should produce IELTS score. Or on the other hand, you can also produce a certificate showing that your mode of learning for past these much years was in English. So that is also a best option. And then we have passport and visa. Of course, you should produce your passport and visa. Then the proof of work experience. As I told, for most of the scholarships, or for some of the scholarships, it's mandatory that we should have the work experience. So if you're providing any work experience in your CV, you should also produce the proof of that work experience. Then a letter of recommendation, which is so important. So most of the time, there are two types of letter of recommendations. First one is the academic one, and the other one is a professional one. So the academic one, you can actually get it from your university or the educational institution that you completed your past program. So it is so important. And then the professional work experience certificate is the one which you can get from your employer. So if you have any research experience or internship experience or anything, then you can get a work experience a letter of recommendation from that particular employer. And next one is additional essays or projects. So this one mainly comes for people who are applying for art subjects. That's what I felt. In most of the cases, they really wanted to know your writing skills. So here, writing skills is so important. So you can also add your additional essays, maybe your publications like articles, research papers, etc., while you're applying for the scholarship. Then if you have any other additional certificates, you can also add a proof of that. Because in my case, I completed almost 30 plus certificate courses other than my bachelor's program. So that was something really helped me to get into this program also. So that's all about the most important documents which is required while you're applying for scholarship. Okay, now comes the question, why study in Europe? I don't think I want to answer a lot about this particular question because we know that Europe is an country, area where there's a lot of top-ranking universities, and then the quality of education is very high. And comparatively, when I'm comparing with our country, here the mode of teaching and also learning is much more practical. I felt in our country it's much more theoretical, but here what I felt is more practical, and we also get an opportunity to study with people from different parts of the country, so we can experience different culture, language, traditions, etc. And then we get an opportunity to get interact with industry experts, because most of the guest lectures will be taken by people from particular area where they specialized upon. For example, for me, I used to have classes from ICRC experts, UN agency experts, because my area is international humanitarian action. So it gives an opportunity for us to increase our networking connection. Then, as I told earlier, I got opportunities to attend international youth summits after being part of this program. And there's a lot of summer school programs happening here in Europe. And also, as part of my journey, I also had field visits to International Criminal Court. So we also get opportunities for doing all these things. And finally, the best part is you get an opportunity to travel across Europe with a student visa. So this visa helps you to travel across Europe. It's one of the best thing I felt. Okay, so now we are moving to the scholarship opportunities to study in Europe. So as I was already discussing about Erasmus Mundus scholarship, so let's dive deep into this in detail. So as you can see, Erasmus Mundus is very, very familiar with most of you, because it's one of the prestigious scholarship opportunity which is offered by European Union, and the degree level is master's programs and also PhD programs to study in European Union. And the main reason for the people or the students to choose Erasmus Mundus is if we get into this program, we get an opportunity to study in 3 to 4 European countries. In my program, I also have an opportunity to study outside Europe. So this is one of the best things that I felt about Erasmus Mundus, which attracts most of the students to apply for this one. And then it is 100% tuition waiver, but there are also some other Erasmus plus areas in which you also get a partially funded scholarship. So if it is Erasmus Mundus, you get 100% tuition fee waiver. Then also you can see you get some monthly stipend, which is starting from €1,100 to €1,500. You also get travel allowance, and also to travel across Europe also you get a small amount to meet that. And then you also get a chance to pursue an internship or a summer school programs during your study. In my case, for my program, for my third semester, I get an opportunity to do work placement track, which is like I can go for a work or internship. So by the end of this month, I will be done with my second semester. So I'm looking into internship opportunities. So for different courses, I can see a combination of like studying in different countries as well as summer school programs, internships, etc. So the main eligibility criteria is like, of course, you should demonstrate your proficiency in English. Like you should provide a proof of your IELTS or TOEFL score, or otherwise you can also provide your learning. For example, your mode of learning for past this much years was in English. You can also produce that particular certificate. And if you're planning to study in France, Germany, or Spain, you should also produce language proficiency test showing your French, German, or Spanish proficiency. And also here, what I felt is that for Erasmus, CGPA is not a very big thing. Like it's not mandatory to have a very big score, like a very high score. Even if you have a average score, the chance of winning is high. And then at some point, you also should produce essay of your study plan or research project. So that's all about Erasmus Mundus. And here, I can show you. Okay. So this is the Erasmus Mundus catalog. Here you can see around 214 programs which is offered. So it is quite interesting because it is very specific. It's not a general master's or PhD programs. It's like very, very specific. So you can just go through it and you can find your eligibility criteria. So just search for Erasmus Mundus catalog. Perfect. Okay. So now we're going to Germany. So we know that most of the international students are choosing Germany, especially to pursue their technical education, nursing, etc. So here we have that EPO scholarship, which is one of the very famous and one of the prestigious scholarship, which is offered by German government. So this mainly focus upon people who are interested to pursue any master's or PhD programs in developmental studies related areas. And as you can see, this is a fully funded scholarship and it depends upon your academic level. It provides a monthly payment of 992 euros for graduates or 1,300 euro for doctoral candidates. And also you get a payment towards your health, accidental, and also personal liability insurance card. And also we can see there is allowance towards your travel. And also if there is any certain circumstances, you also receive additional benefits. You also get some monthly rent subsidy, and also if you're taking your family, then there's also a monthly allowance for accompanying the members of family. And here the eligibility criteria is that it's mandatory to have at least 2 years of professional experience in a developmental field. And also the candidates who is having a bachelor's degree, then it is like usually 4-year course. It is it is an appropriate subject. And also candidate can prove their motivation in developmental related areas. It's also quite important. So here you should produce your work experience certificates. Then we have Heinrich Ball Foundation Scholarship. This is offered for pursuing bachelor's, master's, or PhD programs in almost all subjects. So this is not a subject specific scholarship. This covers all the subjects. So here you get a monthly payment of 934 euro if you're pursuing UG or PG. And also you get a monthly payment of 1,400 per month if you're pursuing a PhD program. And also for PhD students, they also get an additional 100 euro as a mobility allowance because they may have to travel to different areas. You also get an additional individual allowance as well as health allowance additional to this particular stipend. So the main eligibility criteria here is you should have excellent academic record. You should have very good CGPA while you're applying for the scholarship. And you should also provide a proof of German language proficiency. At least you should have B2 level of German language. And at some point, you can also prove your interest in areas like development related things, which also really helps because rather than providing your academic excellence, if you're good with development related areas, your chances of winning the scholarship is high, which clearly shows your commitment towards society, right? So that's what they're mainly connecting. Next, we have Netherlands. So Netherlands is one of the beautiful country with a lot of top universities, but the main problem is that the living expense is very high. As I told, right now I'm doing my second semester here in Netherlands and it's super high. And the problem is most of the scholarships which is offered by Netherlands government is not fully funded. That's the bad part. So here, as you can see, this is a government funded scholarship which is provided for pursuing bachelor's and master's programs in all subjects. So here the value of the scholarship amounts to 5,000 euro. And also you receive this amount during the first year of your studies. So after first year, you should cover the other amount. For example, if it is 3-year bachelor's program, you will only get a 5,000 euro for your first year. For the next 2 years, you should find the source for your financing your study. So here the eligibility criteria is, of course, you should apply for a full-time bachelor's or master's program in Netherlands. And then you should also meet specific requirements of the institutions of your choice. So you can just go through the institutions that you're applying for, and you can find various specific requirements while you're applying for different programs. And you should not have a degree from any of the educational institution in Netherlands, which means that you should have a bachelor's or master's from a country other than Netherlands or outside Netherlands. So as you can see, the application is right now open. So you can just go through the website, and if you're interested, just apply as soon as possible. Okay, next is a university-specific scholarship, which is Maastricht University Scholarship. This is one of the very top university in Netherlands. So this mainly provides scholarship for undergraduate and master's programs in all subjects. And this is fully funded as well as a partially funded scholarship. So here you can go through Maastricht University's website. You can see here if you wanna, or maybe I will try to show you. So yeah. So here, as you can see, this is the website. Here, there's a lot of scholarship opportunities if you're planning to pursue bachelor's or master's from Maastricht University. So these are the assessment criteria, like they look your academic excellence, your extracurricular engagement, your active citizenship, your financial need, etc. So before applying for the scholarship, you should get a offer letter from Maastricht University from for any specific program. So here you can find a lot of scholarships. Just as you can see, there is a different scholarships available. Some of them are fully funded and some other are partially funded. Okay. So next we have Radboud University Scholarship. This is also provides towards undergraduate and postgraduate. But here the main part is that this is specifically focusing upon specific departments. So it doesn't cover all the specific, all the subjects. And the value of the scholarship is that it reduces your tuition fees towards 2,601 euro. So if your tuition fees is 10,000 euro, it will be reduced towards 2,601 euro. It also covers the cost related with your visa and residence permit, and also it covers the health insurance and other liability insurance. So to get the scholarship, you should have admitted to any English taught master's program, which is starting in September in this specific university. And also you should meet English language proficiency requirements. And also you should obtain a bachelor's degree from outside Netherlands. Next, we have another very important university in Netherlands, which is University US 20. But here, this is mainly focusing upon students who are applying for master's programs in specific departments. So as I am mentioning specific departments, please go through university website so you can see which programs is qualified for the specific scholarship. And the value of the scholarship is that it provides 3,000 to 22,000 euro for year. I think it's completely based upon your academic excellence. If you have excellent academic records, then you may get 22,000 euro, which can actually cover almost all your, maybe your tuition fees, your living expense, etc. It also covers costs for visa and residence permit, and also it covers the health insurance and liability insurance. So the main eligibility criteria is that, as I told you, should hold excellent academic records, and also you should hold a provisional acceptance letter from the University of Twente, and also you should meet English language proficiency requirements. Okay, so now we are moving to another country, which is France. So here in France, we have a university-specific scholarship, which is Emily Baudmy Scholarship. So this is mainly for students who are interested to study in Sciences Po University. Sonspo University is one of the top ranking university in world. So you can just note it down because it's one of the best university. So this is for the students who are interested for pursuing master's programs at Sonspo University in specific departments. And the value of the scholarship ranges from 6,500 euro to 14,720 euro per year. And also you get a tuition grant around 30,100 per year if you're looking into PG. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. So the eligibility criteria to apply for this program is that you should be a first-time applicant to Sonspo University, and also you should hold excellent academic records, and you should also produce English language proficiency certificate. Next one is France Excellence EFL Scholarship Program. This is also focusing upon people who are interested to pursue master's programs or doctoral programs on specific subjects. So this mainly waives your full tuition fees. And also, as you can see, if you're applying for the PG program, you get some monthly allowance of 1,181 euro towards your tuition grant, which is like a 30,100 euro per year. And if you're applying for PhD, then you reserve a monthly allowance of 1,800 euro. Additional to this, you also get allowance towards international airfare, domestic travel support, insurance, assistance in locating house, and other cultural activities. So the main eligibility criteria is that only applicants submitted by French higher education institutions are accepted. And also, if you want to apply to this particular scholarship, you should contact through the Campus France in your country of origin. So you can just note it down. You should contact Campus France if you want to apply to this particular scholarship. So you can't apply to this program by yourself. You should contact through Campus France. Next, we have Belgium. Belgium is also one of the best place to pursue your master's or PhD program. So here, as you can see, this is a scholarship, which is Mastermind Scholarship, focusing upon students who are interested to do a master's program in Flanders or Brussels. So this is specifically for people who are interested to pursue their masters in these two areas, these two places, Flanders and Brussels. And the value of the scholarship is it is a full tuition fee waiver, and also the recipient will receive a grant of 10,020 euro. Additional to this, it also covers accommodation cost, insurance, and also it gives a significant amount towards your living expense. And there are specific eligibility criteria. You should apply to any Flemish higher education institution before applying for this scholarship. And also, you should have high standard of academic performance. For example, if it's out of 4 CGPA, you should have 3.5. And you should also have overall minimum band of 7 in IELTS. And also, if you are taking a TOEFL test, you should have 94 minimum a score. Next one is Denmark. So the Danish government is offering a scholarship. So this is specifically focusing upon people who are interested to pursue engineering. So the value of the scholarship is that the scholarship is granted either as a fully funded one or a partially funded one towards your tuition fees. And also, if it's a partial tuition fee waiver, it covers the tuition fee from 1 year, like it covers second and fourth semester. And also additional to this, it also covers your accommodation cost, insurance, and also a significant amount for your living expenses in Denmark. So these are the specific programs, or the people who are applying for these specific areas can apply for the scholarship, which includes Masters in Engineering in Mechatronics, Masters in Engineering in Electronics, Masters in Engineering in Mechanical Engineering, and also Masters program in Robot Systems. And it's really important to note that you should produce outstanding academic track record while you're applying for this scholarship. It's a very competitive scholarship. Then we have Hungary. Okay, this is, I think most of the students know this particular scholarship because this is a pretty famous scholarship. It is Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship. So this mainly focus upon students who are interested to pursue a bachelor's, master's, or PhD programs in Hungary. So this is a fully funded scholarship. It covers all your tuition fees, and also it provides a monthly amount. It's around 2,100 euro, contributing to your living expense. And also, other than this, you don't want to find your accommodation because they are providing you a free dormitory to stay. And also, there is a contribution of around 100 euro to your accommodation cost. Other than this, contributing to your medical insurance, there is around 160 euro per year. So the main eligibility criteria is that the applicants are eligible to apply only for those scholarship type and study field that are determined in the educational cooperation program. So before applying for this program, just go through the website so where you can find which programs are qualified for this particular scholarship. And at some point, you should also meet some minimum language criteria. Next, we have Romania. So this is a university specific scholarship. So if you are interested to pursue a master's, bachelor's, or PhD from Transylvania University, which is one of the top university in Romania, this is one of the best scholarship for you. So this mainly covers your tuition fees, and also it provides free accommodation in the university dormitory, and also you get a monthly stipend of around 170 US dollar. And the main eligibility requirement is that the students' full passing of each academic year is so important. So they will look whether you are passing all the semesters. If you're not passing each semester, then maybe your scholarship will be cut down. So just be careful while you're applying for the scholarship. It's so important that you are maintaining your academics while you are studying in Europe. Then we have Switzerland. I know that this is one of the dream destination for everyone. And just think if you get an opportunity to study in Switzerland. Here we have EPFL Excellent Scholarship. So this mainly focuses upon students who are interested to do a master's program in Switzerland. So this mainly contributes to a particular amount towards your each semesters, and also you get a reservation at the student house, and also you will get a certificate of excellence after completing your master's program. And the main eligibility criteria for this is anyone applying to master's program at EPFL is eligible for this program, for the scholarship. And also it is completely based upon your academic excellence, your qualification, and as I told, SOP is so important. They will look into your statement of purpose while they are going through each and every scholarship applicants. Then we have Italy. There is plenty of scholarships offered by Italian government. So this is a university specific scholarship, which is University of Milan Excellence Scholarship. This mainly focuses upon students who are interested to do a master's program at University of Milan, which is one of the top university in Italy. So here they are providing almost 60 scholarships worth 8,000 euro, and also there is exemption from tuition fees. As you can see, there is an eligibility criteria. The international students with a valid qualification who is passing admission test can enroll any program offered by the university. So I think there is a particular admission test which you should qualify if you want to get into University of Milan. Then we have the University of Bologna Unibo Talent Scholarship. This also mainly focus upon students who are interested to pursue a master's program in this particular university. So this covers around 6,500 amount towards your scholarship, and also you get a full exemption from the tuition fees. And you will have to take a GRE test by the deadline of the application. Yeah, here comes a GRE test. So if you want to be eligible for this particular scholarship, you should have GRE test. Sorry. And next we have Padua International Excellence Scholarship. So this is particularly for students who are interested to pursue a bachelor's or master's in Padua University. Here you will receive a fee waiver plus 8,000 scholarship per each academic year. So here also you can see there is eligibility criteria. You should not possess a Italian citizenship, and also you should also not hold non-Italian foreign secondary school diploma, and also you should not reside in Italy while you're applying for this particular area. And next we have Austria. So Austrian government is offering Austrian development scholarship. So this is not focusing upon bachelor's, master's, or PhD programs. So this is specifically for people who are interested in tourism and hotel management, especially diploma course. So this is a kind of fully funded scholarship. It covers all the tuition fees. It also provides course material cost, then health insurance. Then there is an expense which is provided towards your food on school days. Then there are amount towards your excursions and social events. Then you will also get monthly pocket money, and also there is a partial amount which is provided towards your accommodation. So I think this is one of the best option for people who are so much interested into tourism and hotel management. And there are also some requirements for students from ADC priority countries, and developing countries can only apply for the scholarship. So to know more about the ADC priority countries and developing countries, you can just go through their website, where you can find a list of ADC priority countries and developing countries. So make sure whether your country is in that list before applying for this program. Then there is a age limit, which is you should not cross age limit of 35 while you're applying for this particular area. And then we have Spain. So as you can see, there may be a lot of Barca fans here. So if you're interested to do a diploma or any course from Barcelona, then this is one of the best option, UIC Barcelona International Excellence Scholarship. So this is also specifically focusing upon people who are interested to do tourism and hotel management. So it covers around 20% of your tuition fees across all year. And also to get into this one, you should have an average of 8 from your first year of upper secondary education. And also you should pass a UIC Barcelona specific exam. So this is not only, I think there is a mistake in my slide, because here the degree level is given as diploma course of Institute of Tourism and Hotel Management. I'm sorry for that. If you're interested to pursue bachelor's, master's, or PhD in following areas, as I given below, you can see audiovisual communication, journalism, advertising and public relations, business administration and management, law, architecture, humanities, nursing, physiotherapy, bioengineering, biomedicine, psychology, and education, you can apply for this one. And next, in Spain, you have Merit and Academic Excellence Scholarship. This is specifically focusing upon a particular university, which is European University of the Atlantic. So if you're interested to do an undergraduate program or a postgraduate program in this particular university, then this is one of the best scholarship for you. So this gives 100% exception of your tuition fees, especially if you are a person with a honors bachelor's degree. But if you have a mark of 9 to 10, then you get the 75% of exception from your tuition fees. And also if your score is around 8 to 8.99, then you get the 50% exemption from the tuition fees. And here the eligibility criteria is that, first of all, you should get an offer letter from this particular university. And later, you should also meet the language requirements and other academic requirements before applying for the scholarship. And then we have Norway, one of the beautiful country. So here, this is also a university-specific scholarship, which is BI Presidential Scholarship. So if you're a person who is interested to do a master's related with business, then this is one of the best university, BI Norwegian Business School, which is offering you a scholarship. So this covers your full tuition fees for 2 years, and also you get a particular living expense towards your study in this particular university. And here, the main eligibility criteria is that you should have a good academic record, like you should have A grade in all your courses. And also, you must have admitted to any master's program at Campus Oslo or Campus Bergen. I think they have different campuses. So, this scholarship is specifically for students who are studying in Campus Oslo and Campus Bergen. And finally, I think I try to cover almost a scholarship which is offered by European government and universities. So here I also have a few scholarships which is offered by India, some of the Indian government scholarships as well as some of the NGO funded scholarships to study in Europe. Not only Europe, these are also for students who are interested to study in UK, Australia, or any other countries. I think this is a very famous scholarship in Lakshidasini because it is very competitive scholarship. So this is mainly for students who are interested to do masters, MPhil or doctoral programs in faculty of social science and public policy or arts and humanities. So I don't think this is for people who are interested to do masters or any other studies in science. It is completely for humanities students. Sorry. And the value of the scholarship is that it covers almost all your tuition fees, living expense, etc., because there is a huge amount which they are providing. And the main eligibility criteria is that you must hold a good first from a previous degree from a recognized university in India. And also, before applying for the scholarship, you should have a conditional or unconditional offer letter from the university that you applied. And then you should also produce your English language certification, maybe IELTS or TOEFL score. And also, there are specific minimum academic grade that you should have while you're applying. First one, it's 65 percentage if you done your bachelor's in art subjects, and if you done your bachelor's or master's in science, then you should have 70 percentage grade. Next one is National Overseas Scholarship. So this mainly focus upon people who are interested to do master's degree, PhD, or postdoctoral program. So this is also kind of fully funded scholarship which covers the tuition fees, visa fees, book cost, living expense, etc. It also provides medical insurance premium, and also you get cost towards your air ticket, and also you get maintenance fees and contingency allowance. And you can see the eligibility criteria is quite different comparing with what we saw before. Here, this is specifically for students from low income families, especially scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, landless agricultural laborers, and traditional artisan families. And also, the candidate should not be more than 35-year-old while they are applying for this specific scholarship. And also, the candidate must have scored minimum of 60 percentage in their qualifying examinations. And also, there is a main criteria, which is the family income should be less than 8 lakh, 8 lakh Indian rupees. And also, the main thing is that there is a 30 percentage of reservation for female candidates. And then we have Lady Mehrabai Tata Education Scholarship. This is also a pretty famous scholarship. This is mainly focusing upon students who are interested to pursue master's degree in any of the foreign countries, foreign universities. So here you get a tuition fee, like contribution towards your tuition fee up to 3,60,000 Indian rupees. So for this, you should be a female Indian citizen. Okay. So to not here, this is only for female candidates. And also, the candidate must be a graduate of a reputed university with excellent academic record. So, if you are applying to US, UK, or Europe, you can apply for the specific scholarship. And also, you should produce a minimum of 2 years relevant work experience while you're applying for the scholarship. And then we have J and Tate Endowment Scholarship. This is also for students who are interested to do postgraduate, PhD, postdoctoral, or research programs in foreign countries. So this is kind of a loan. This is not a complete, fully funded or partially funded scholarship, but this is like a loan. You get a loan of between 1 lakh to 10 lakh, depending upon your application standard of your application. And other than this, you also get a travel assistance of around 50,000 Indian rupees. And also, if you have an amazing academic record, you also get a gift award worth around 2 lakh to 7 lakh 50,000 Indian rupees. But I think you should repay this one after you're completing your program. And the eligibility criteria is that you should not exceed 45 years while you are applying for the scholarship. And also you should get at least 60% of mark in your bachelor's or master's program. And also candidates who could not avail of the loan scholarship previously are not eligible to apply. And yeah, I think I covered almost all the scholarship, not all, but mostly some scholarships focusing to study in Europe. Some are offered by European government, some other are university specific, and some are Indian government and NGOs in India. So now I have a list of top online learning platforms where you can do some additional certification courses. So as I told earlier, when I was applying for scholarships or for even to study in abroad, one of the main thing that helped me a lot to get into very top universities was my additional certification courses rather than my bachelor's degree. So I done most of the courses from these online platforms. Coursera, there's Coursera, Udemy, then LinkedIn Learning, Allison, Udacity, Skillshare, Duolingo. I think you all are familiar with Duolingo because nowadays most of you are interested to learn different languages. So this is one of the best app to learn new languages. And in Coursera, there's one thing that when once you are logging in and when you're choosing a particular course, maybe you can see that you should pay 5,000 or 6,000 rupees. But there is another option where you can apply for financial aid. So just apply for financial aid. It may take 1 to 2 weeks to get a reply from their side. So most of the cases, they will completely waive your cost to study that particular course. So please don't pay. Try to use all these opportunities. Just apply for the financial aid, even if you're studying from Coursera. If you want to take a screenshot or something, you can just do that one. Next. Oh, okay. These are some of the UN online learning platforms that I used while I was doing my bachelor's degree. So here there's a lot of UN learning platforms. According to your interest, you can choose anything you want. Here there is FAO e-learning academy. For example, if you're interested into food and agriculture, then you can go through this particular platform. Then we have WTO. If you're a person who is interested in economics, trade, or things like that, there's a lot of good courses here in WTO e-learning. IOM is mainly focusing upon migration. Then there is UN Human Training Center, UNESCO Open Learning, UNHCR specifically focus upon refugees. Then UNICEF mainly focusing upon child protection. UNITAR, UNOCT, WFP's World Food Program, WHO's health. So there is a lot of opportunities for us, and all these courses are free. So just try to access these and improve your or try to make your CV the best. And these are some of the WhatsApp groups and Instagram pages that I used to follow to get updates about the scholarships. Not only scholarships, here you can also get informations related with summer school programs, internships, then yeah, things like that. So one is Scholarship Corner. Maybe some of you are in these groups, but I just want to share it with you. One is Scholarship Corner, and then another one is Scholarship Region. Then we have iSchool Connect. Another one is leapscholar.com. So to get updates about more scholarships, I think this is one of the best option. And yeah, I think I tried to cover most of the areas, and I hope you got something from this. And feel free to ask questions, or any if you have any doubts, you can just ask me, or you can even contact me. And this is my Instagram page. If you want to contact me on Instagram, you can do that. Or otherwise, if you want to contact me on LinkedIn, you can just copy paste this and text me anytime. I think I'm done with my part. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fatima, for that insightful and inspiring session. Your experience and practical advice have certainly illuminated the pathway for many of our attendees. We deeply appreciate you sharing your journey with us. We will now move on into the interactive Q&A section, where you'll have the opportunity to ask questions and gain further clarity on the scholarship process. Participants, please feel free, post your questions in the chat, and we will try to cover as many as possible within our time frame.
Can I start answering the question? I think
Yeah, I'll read out the questions for you, and then you can
perfect.
you can answer. Yeah. Okay, so the first question is, what does the fee waiver plus 8,000 euro worth scholarship mean? Does the 8,000 euro mean additional stipend?
Okay, perfect. So here, in most of the cases, if it is fee waiver, your tuition fees will be waived completely, and additionally, you may get 8,000 as towards your living expense. I think that's what it is. So your complete fees will be waived, and you also get an additional stipend.
The next question is, can we have more than one scholarship at a time?
I don't think so. Because first of all, it's so hard to get a scholarship. So when while you're applying, there will be an area where they will be asking you have any other funding, or if you're getting any support from any other funder. So you should fill that. So I don't think if you have another scholarship, you're eligible for another scholarship. Yeah.
Okay, the next question is, what was the most challenging part for you in getting the Erasmus Mundus scholarship, and how did you overcome it?
The main thing is that we all know that Erasmus is pretty famous scholarship, and also uh, in my uh, in my case, what I felt very hard was the visa processing, because my first semester was at Poland, and it's so hard to get a visa to Poland, and it took a long time for me to even get a slot. Even now, I can see a lot of students are struggling to get a slot. and we have to make a big payment to get even a slot. So it's so hard, and that was the main challenge that I felt while I really wanted to get into Erasmus. And before getting into Erasmus, of course, the work experience part is the main thing. Especially for my program, I was focusing upon international humanitarian action, which is like much more practical. So it's so important that we should have some work experience. Right now, the students which is studying with me, they all are professionals. There are who have already they have professional experience working with UN organizations and things like that. So I always was thinking like, oh, I'm so young to apply for this one, and I don't have any professional experience. First of all, most of the time, like mostly, I have local experience working with volunteering, like NGOs in my particular region. So at some point, I felt so bad. Like, am I good with this, or should I apply for this? So that was a question that came to my mind, but I was like, no, no, I'm going to do this. So yeah, I think that's what I felt so a bit challenging, but I overcome it, and I.
Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, the next question is regarding bachelor's for sciences or engineering, are there any more fully or partially funded scholarships in Europe?
Okay, specifically, it's science, right? Science and technology.
Yeah, sciences or engineering.
Engineering. Okay, okay. As I told, there are a lot of university-specific scholarships. So first of all, please go through the university website and choose your program, because almost all the universities are offering some fully funded or partially funded scholarship. Only what I felt is that Netherlands or Poland, these are the countries, they are not providing any fully funded scholarships. Other than that, most of the countries are providing fully funded scholarships. If you want me to look into it, I can also do that. Please contact me on Instagram or LinkedIn. So I think I can help you with that. Yeah.
And then someone asked, what exactly is the CGPA? How do I calculate it as a student from state syllabus?
Okay, so CGPA, most of the time we are using this term for bachelor's and master's program. So I just want to know whether she's applying for bachelor's or master's.
They have not specified it, I think. A bachelor's, they missed right now, applying for bachelor's.
Hello.
Yeah,
Sorry.
they said they're applying for bachelor's.
Okay, bachelor's. I think you can provide your percentage. I'm not good with how to convert it. If someone knows, I think you can share, because I applied for master's program, so I was having my CGPA with me in my academic transcript, so I just gave that one. So if someone knows that, you can just share it, because I don't know how to convert it from higher secondary level. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that depends on the university or the type of scholarship. So for my university, for example, they let me apply directly with my high school percentage, and they would calculate the CGPA themselves. So it depends. I think you'll have to look into the requirements of that specific scholarship or university and then decide. Moving on to the next question. I'm doing a master's in social work in online mode, so I want internships as the online university does not provide it. Is that possible for me to get an internship in Europe as a social worker for for a few months, like 2 or 3?
Yeah, of course. There are a lot of opportunities for doing internships here in Europe, because my program is also a bit aligned with social work. It's not social work, but it's international humanitarian action. So already I am applying for internships here, because my third semester is work placement track. So I'm already going through a lot of internships. So if I want to help you with that, I can do that, because most of the best NGOs are here in Europe, especially in Germany. There are some of the best leading NGOs. So I think you can apply to some of the top NGOs here in Germany, and also here in Netherlands. Also, we have a lot of good NGOs. So you can apply for that one. I think I can help you if you can contact me personally. I can share the internships that I already applied with you.
Okay, and someone has asked, what is the age limit for the master's program?
Yeah, it depends upon the university and the program that you're applying. So that's why I'm requesting each one of you to go through the website, the university website, where you can find eligibility criteria. It's so important to go through it. So it depends upon the country, the university, and also maybe program. Yeah.
The next question is, do these country-specific scholarships offered by the respective countries also, is it also offered for courses in English language?
Which is completely taught in a different language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
There are some scholarships, for example, to study in Italy, and also in Spain, and then and also in Hungary. You have the opportunity to study in a different language. For example, in Hungary, you can study in Hungarian language, but you should provide a proof of your proficiency in this particular language. So yeah, there's a lot of fully funded scholarships which are offered if you have a good proficiency in that language. Yeah.
The next question is, as London comes under Europe, so the opportunity of visiting European countries comes under these, if we study in London. I'm not sure what they mean.
Well, London is not part of Europe right now. After Brexit, we are not part of Europe. So you have a Schengen visa. You can't go to London. You should take a different visa to visit UK. And even if you have a UK visa, I don't think you can come to Europe. Yeah, that's what I think.
The next question is, how can I get into a master's course abroad with a 3-year bachelor's in psychology, literature, and political sciences?
Oh, that's amazing. A lot of master's programs here, because it's an amazing combination. So I think if you're interested into Erasmus, just look into the catalog, because with this combination there is a lot of courses which is available. Maybe you can find a particular course which clearly aligns with your experience, your interest. So please go through the catalog, and of course you will get it for sure. It's an amazing combination. Yeah.
Okay, and someone has asked, does the university you attended for bachelor's play a huge role for getting master scholarships in Europe?
Can you repeat the question? I think you will.
Yeah, sorry. They said, does the university you attend for bachelor's play a huge role?
Excuse me, this, regarding the last question, Fatima, may I ask you? The student is wish to clarify thing with a 3-year degree. So can you elaborate? Because in India, especially in Kerala, we have 3-year degree. Now, recently government introduced the honors degree of 4 years. So I think the student want to make it with that. So
Okay.
is it okay? So please enlighten on that point.
Yeah, perfect. Sure. So yeah, there are some universities, they want 4 years bachelor's degree, but I don't think if you're applying here in Europe, it's a main thing. Because when I was applying to UK, especially to the top universities, that was a main criteria, because you should hold, for example, if you want to apply to Oxford, Cambridge, universities like this, it's mandatory to have a 4-year bachelor's degree. But here in Europe, I don't think, in Sweden, if you want to apply to Sweden, you should have a 4-year bachelor's degree. Other than that, I think with your 3-year bachelor's degree, you can get into any master's program. Yeah. Cool.
Will they get the conditional admission with adding the different deficiency courses, or they are eligible for the continuous study with the same 3-year degrees? That's what.
They are eligible for like the continuous study.
I think that point may clear for the student.
The next question was, does the university you attend for bachelor's play a huge role for getting master's scholarships in Europe?
Okay, yeah, that's an important question because what I can say is that most of the students who are getting Erasmus Mundus scholarship or Erasmus Plus is from DU or Jamia. So I think at some point we are taking into consideration the universities that you studied. Like the ranking is sometimes important. But in my case, maybe I studied in Central University, so it was not that hard for me. But yeah, if you're a graduate from DU, I think chance of getting into Erasmus or any other scholarship is high. Yeah, that's true.
The next question is, do we need to provide bank statement too at any level?
Yeah, you should. To some, if you're applying to Poland, I think, yeah, you should show a bank statement of around 11 lakhs, I guess. I'm not sure about the correct number, but I think, yeah, it's like 11 lakhs. Or even if you're applying to Germany, you should show a bank statement. Also, when I was coming to here in Netherlands, I should provide a statement that I have this much amount of money with me. So yeah, it's important.
Okay. So the next question was, can you do part-time jobs in Germany and Netherlands along with having scholarship, or do you need a specific visa to be able to do so? And how many hours can you do?
First of all, I'm not doing any part-time job here, so I'm not very good with it. But there is a lot of students who are doing part-time jobs here in Germany and also in Netherlands. But if you are an Erasmus student, the chances of getting a part-time job is less because we will only be in a particular country for almost 4 to 5 months. So of course, the chance of getting a part-time job is less because the preference will be given to students who are doing long-time bachelor's or master's program. So I think if you're doing Erasmus, the chance of getting a part-time job is less.
The next question is, what are the best courses you can take up online to make your academic qualifications look better? Anything in specific?
It depends upon the program that they need to pursue. If I can just tell my example, like I'm a graduate in international relations, so I'm more into international relations, humanitarian action, peacemaking, conflict resolution. So these are some of my area of interest. So I mainly focused upon the UN organizations online courses. For example, some courses offered by UNICEF, WHO, IOM, Refugee Council, etc. Because my bachelor's thesis was also focusing upon something related with the humanitarian crisis which was happening in Africa. So I tried to align whatever things I am doing with my thesis. I used to do research and also publish articles. So I try to connect everything with what I really wanted to pursue in future. So my advice is that first of all, just sort out which program or which area you really wanted to work. And then there is a lot of organizations. If you could just mention which area you really wanted to work, if I know, I think I can share some suggestions here.
Someone has asked, is there any scholarship for undergraduate professional courses like engineering or medical?
Yeah, it's so hard to find scholarships to pursue medicine or engineering, but I think it's in Denmark. There is a fully funded scholarship for people who are interested to do engineering, for mechatronics, electronics, robotics, and things like that. So if you're interested to do engineering, I think Denmark is one of the best option because you also get a job and also stay back in Denmark. So Denmark is one of the best option, and it's so hard to find scholarships for medicine. It's so hard. Yeah.
They've asked, how did you get your work experience after your undergraduate program?
Okay, so in my case, I was mostly interested, like I already have some work experience with NGOs, local NGOs, starting from the age of 10. I was engaged with palliative care centers, hospice centers. I was part of Red Cross. So as part of my studies itself, I was doing some works. I mean, like the volunteering activities. So it was not that hard for me to get a work experience certificate because I was already doing it from childhood onwards. After completing my bachelor's, I completed 4 internships, mainly focusing upon research. So I took a 1 year break after doing my bachelor's degree. So it was one of the best time for me to better my CV because I completed 4 internships, 3 to 4 internships related with international relations research. And after completing that, they gave me a work experience certificate. So yeah.
Okay, so I think that's the last of the few questions from the chat box. We have someone with their hand raised. Dr. Mahmood, is there anything specific you would like to ask?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alaikum assalam.
Thank you so much, and congratulations, Dr. Fatima, Ms. Fatima Mehek, for this wonderful insights about the scholarships and the European studies. And it's a very good thing, like as she has properly put it in, she was interested in from 10th year onwards, and she pursued in that era, like, or in that area, like where she is interested. That's what this change she was able to pursue, and she was able to reach there, I think. I just wanted to ask her one thing, like the question was asked before, the Central University of Kerala, which is in Kasargod, right? And like how friendly it was, like, or that graduation program there, how it helped you in pursuing your master's. Of course, you told about the DU and all other universities we know, central universities, but Central University in Kerala, especially in Kasargod, like, how it helped you in this, in pursuing your master's?
Thank you for the question. Okay, so first of all, I had done my bachelor's in international relations. So in India, only Central University of Kerala was offering a bachelor's in international relations. We have a lot of universities like DU, Jamia, which is offering master's in international relations. So I think that was one of the best part, or that really helped me because only very less number of students was having a bachelor's in international relations. So while I was applying for my particular program, if we have international relations bachelor's, it was a plus point. So the number of students who are passing out this particular program was less. So I think that really helped me a lot because there are people with masters. While we are applying for a master's program, they will only consider our bachelor's program, right? Our marks and so that helped me a lot, I guess.
Yes. No, this will be a very good thing, like for others to pursue the bachelor's in the international relations.
Exactly.
And that's a good thing. And one more thing, like when you are pursuing your master's there, like when the international relations, like how your passion towards this conflict resolution and all the international relations or whatever it is, like how you are working with that, like you told about the UNICEF and how you are working out with that, how the opportunities that you are getting there in European countries.
Oh, perfect. So first of all, I'm more into humanitarian action, specifically focusing upon gender protection, and of course, conflict resolutions come under this one. So here in Europe, what I felt is that the mode of teaching is much more practical. So as I'm specializing in humanitarian analysis and intervention design, it is much more easier for me to work on project management, or we are taught from the beginning, like how to identify a conflict. Starting from that to analyze what are the factors which is behind this particular conflict, and step by step, starting from the preparation stage and then implementing a project, and then going and then how we can bring together different stakeholders from different areas, like especially focusing upon localization, and then finally the monitoring and evaluation part. Like, so from the scratch onwards, they are teaching us how to identify a conflict, and then at the end, the monitoring and evaluation part. So it is much more practical, what I felt. And also, being here in Europe, we know that most of the uh, organizations are funded by European countries, especially some of the UN organizations and things like that. So we used to get a lot of guest lectures and people from different UN organizations, ICRC, etc., coming and sharing their field experience with us, which is also quite interesting. And we also used to have simulations where we are acting like we will be given real life experience, like real life situations, like conflict happening in Sudan, or maybe the conflict happening, the war happening in Gaza. So we need to act as a particular actor. Maybe I will be representing an armed group, or a political party, or civilian maybe. And we are given training for doing negotiation, mediation. And what I felt is that it is very practical. And every day we are given a lot of training for handling these kind of real life challenges. So, yeah, that's what I felt mainly.
Thank you so much. Like, once again, congratulations for getting Erasmus Mundus scholarship.
Thank you.
And all the best and prayers for your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
I think this woman, other people have raised their hands. Lubna Farouk, if you have anything to ask, you can go ahead right now.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum, Fatima.
Walaikum salam.
ഞാൻ ബത്തേരിയിലാണ്. Farouk and Malki Samaine, if I tell you, introduce you, that way you'll understand me better.
Yeah, I know you. Yeah.
So it's a proud moment. I don't have much questions. I don't have any questions. I just want to share. It's a proud moment for me. And you are, I know it's your hard work and dedication led you where you are now. And yes, of course, parents in the help and support under, but you did most of the part in terms of, I know, doing the research about the course you want, and also the scholarship needed. And you are a great inspiration and motivation for the young generation. Stay blessed.
Thank you.
May Allah bless you.
Thank you so much.
So happy to see you.
Thank you. I think you're muted.
Okay, so we have
if someone has questions, they can just, I want to
Okay.
share my proud moment with you, and I just want to tell whoever present, I mean, some of the students who all are the students present here, I just want to share this with them as well. MashaAllah.
Thank
Stay
you for your
blessed.
words. Yeah. Okay, so the next question is, have you done any English proficiency test before doing your master's? If you have, which one was it? Thank you. It was a wonderful session.
Okay, thank you so much. So first of all, it's not mandatory that we should provide any IELTS score. You can provide your mode of learning, like English language certification from the university. In most of the cases for Erasmus, yeah, that is the best thing. Like, it's not mandatory that we should provide IELTS or TOEFL score. So we can provide a certificate showing that you completed your bachelor's or maybe master's in English. Yeah, you can ask your university for the mode of teaching certificate.
Someone has asked if the student has a 4 years degree in Spanish language from Central University, EFLU, what are the master's courses she can apply in Europe?
Okay, so can I look into that question once again? Maybe can you repeat it once again? I'm so sorry, I missed something.
They said if a student has 4 years degree in Spanish language from Central University, EFLU, what are the master's courses that they can apply for in Europe?
First of all, if you're good at Spanish, I think there's a lot of opportunities here, especially not only in Europe, also in Latin America. And Spanish is one of the main language under UN. But I don't know specifically like which programs they can pursue because maybe they can pursue another master's or any higher education in that specific, like in Spanish language itself, or they can apply to top universities in Spain. There the programs are taught in Spanish. I think that works.
Someone has asked, which college did you study bachelor's degree in Kerala?
I completed my bachelor's from Central University of Kerala, Trivandrum.
The next question is, if I write SATs, will it work in Europe instead of IELTS?
Essay keys.
SAT exams.
SAT. No. I think they should apply attend IELTS or TOEFL, or otherwise the university certificate.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's someone with their hand raised.
I think
Amir Pichan. Yeah. If you have anything
Yes.
to.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. First of all, I feel very proud and thank you very much for Fatima. I am joining this meeting, or I'm sitting in this meeting from Australia. So it is far away from continental Europe. But I lived and worked in United Nations for a very long time in Europe. So that is my connection. And also I was an academic over here in Australia. So two things I just want to mention now. First of all, the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, which is based headquarters in Vienna, Austria, offers a scholarship, which is not very well known now, but that offers scholarship for women candidates to pursue masters in subjects and topics like international relations, anything to do with the nuclear science like nuclear policy, weapons control, nuclear technology, or any subjects, anything to do with weaponization and weaponization controls, including international relations, international policy development, all these fields. 100 scholarships offered, I think, per year, and application closes every year in October. They are open on their website for a month between September to October. And so the only criteria is that it should be a woman candidate. So it is a part of women empowerment. All across United Nations, there is such a move. So with Fatima's academic qualifications and experience, that is a good area what she should explore to work in future. And that is also one thing that I can suggest. And this scholarship, there is no restrictions on which university they have to study, but only the restriction is only two things. One, the gender, and two, the subject. So as long, and third is, of course, it is only for master's program. So that is one thing that probably let the people who are attending may not take a note of that one. So it is offered by IIEA just only recently. I think it's only 2-3 years ago now. During that time, the new Director General came out with this new scholarship scheme. And second point, I think I'll just add to one of the candidates asked, that means with a BA in psychology, can they go for masters or something like that? The generic rule for admission and for future scholarship, whether it is in Europe or whether it is in Australia. In Australia, I know very well now because I'm currently placed here now. If for any engineering masters, that has to be a 4-year course, bachelor's course for masters, for admission, for anything to do with the STEM subjects like technology, engineering, mathematics, but anything to do with the social sciences like psychology, philosophy, economics, business, a 3-year course is sufficient for gaining admission to masters. That is a generic kind of rule. But for certain universities, like Fatima said, top class universities like Oxford or Cambridge, or even best universities like Science Co, etc., may have some sort of a different kind of a requirement. But 3 years, but if the people can also do a project or a thesis dissertation work along with that one, that carries a lot of weight in getting admission. Okay, that's all. And feel proud of this young girl sitting there and giving such a presentation. So that is very highly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, because like international security is one area like I'm so much interested into. So of course I will for sure. Thank you so much.
Okay, due to our time constraint, we'll be concluding the Q&A session here. For any further inquiries, please feel free to contact Fatima on her socials.